also to recognize a great individual and the superintendent of the National Park Service at the New River Gorge, my friend Don Stryker. This has been a very exciting year for the CCC, and we're blessed and both thankful. And we're here to recognize our old partners, who are the foundation of the Citizens Conservation Corps, and then we're here to recognize our exciting new partners, who are the future of the CCC. So in starting off, I'd like to recognize our board of directors, who have always been very supportive of our mission, and we'll put the board of directors stand. I would like to introduce you to our staff that's second to none in the state of West Virginia, and probably on the East Coast, the staff of the CCC. Could you please stand, please? And those individuals, since we're going to recognize the partners here shortly, but I'd like to recognize my mother, who's supported me since birth, Miss Ruth Martin. Wife Leslie. So our partners, you're very, very special to us, and so we're going to recognize you right now, and I'm going to turn this over to Jennifer Douglas, the Chief Operating Officer of the CCC.
Good afternoon, and happy holidays. The list keeps growing and growing each year, and I'm feeling an immense amount of pressure because I'm afraid I'm going to leave some partners out. I remember this is actually the fourth year of giving out this Kit Lewis Leadership Award, and we've had a Partners Appreciation Luncheon probably for the past 6 or 7 years. I'm going to try to go into some type of flow or order with all of our projects. I probably would be remiss to not first talk about the Courtesy Patrol Program, which is our banner program. It started in 1998. Actually, we just celebrated our 13th anniversary on November 21st for the Courtesy Patrol Program. And of course, we have a long-standing relationship with Department of Transportation, with the Division of Highways. Bob, Andrew, if you and your, I gotta say you and your crew, if you and your crew could stand up, please. Thank you for always putting up with us and for always believing in us. And we also have Department of Health and Human Resources that's been a long-standing partner of ours, and probably couldn't have met payroll without DHHR. We've got Dan Hartwell that's here, and Bill Asbury. I'm sure Bill gets a little tired of hearing from me. At least call him once every quarter just to check and see how things are going. So we appreciate all of your support throughout the years. Division of Tourism, they've also been a great partner of ours. I don't think we have anyone from tourism here today. We also, of course, have our Trails and Development Program, and of course a large core component of that Trails and Development Program is thanks to the National Park Service, which of course that's why we're honoring one of the reasons we're honoring Superintendent Don Stryker. We've also got several National Park Service officials here today. Thank you for the long-standing partnership. It's been since early 2000. So we actually have a partnership with the New River Gorge and Harper's Ferry and the C&O Canal in the Eastern Panhandle. The First Tee of West Virginia, I want to thank and maybe recognize the First Tee Board of Directors that are here. Maybe you all could stand, please. I think you're kind of scattered throughout. one of the things that the CCC is supposed to be doing is, building and strengthening partnerships and bringing programs along from their infancy stages and moving them forward so they can be self-sufficient, standalone projects. So I don't think it's a total secret. It isn't, because I heard it announced at the Big Girl Classic, but we're going to be transitioning over, and the first Tee West Virginia will be under the auspices of the West Virginia Golf Association beginning of January. Not for sure if Ken Tackett is here or not, but we want to thank the First Tee Board for all their guidance and support throughout that process, and we'll still be a part of and entrenched with the First Tee as we move forward. Running Rock Outdoor Adventure Park, we maintain over 130 miles of ATV trail. Of course, that's thanks to our partnership with Beaver Cove Company and Woody Duba, who's the former award winner of the Kit Lewis Leadership Award, and the Beaver Cove staff that I see Diane. If you all could stand, Beaver Cove. I feel like the Beaver Cove Company is part of the CCC staff. I think we're in and out of each other's offices on the phone and sending emails at all crazy hours of the night, but we love you guys and are glad to be working with you. There's some miscellaneous partners here, and even when you think about the banks and insurance and workers' compensation, everything you have to do to stay in business, auditors, and we've got Jim Lively Insurance, Songer Insurance, Big Line Insurance, Hess Stewart and Campbell, MCMB Banks, of course Kit Lewis, that the award is named after, as chairman of MCMB Banks. He's not able to be with us, he's a little under the weather, but we have his son Bobby that's here with us. Natural Capital Investments Fund, BB&T, JP Morgan Chase. Hope I haven't left anyone out, but thank you all for everything that you do for the CCC. The Registered Herald, they are instrumental in getting our message out, getting our word out, sharing the CCC story. I want to thank you for all the good publicity and support that you've given the CCC throughout the years. Chamber of Commerce, I know we've got several state senators, House members, county commissioners, mayors that are here. If those individuals could stand up, and we could thank you all for your support throughout the years as well. Probably half of them. We've got a couple of newer relationships with City of Beckley, Raleigh County Solid Waste Authority, the Sanitary Board, New River Community and Technical College, Friends of Coal, West Virginia Coal Association, Appalachian Coal Country Team, which we've worked with throughout the years, Piney Creek Watershed. Thank you all for these new partnerships and programs that we've engaged in the past year. I hope, Charles Ryan Associates, this will actually kind of roll into the next project that I want to talk about that we're extremely excited about, which is the Reaching the Summit Community Service Initiative. For short, it's called the Initiative. And it's a mouthful. It's a gigantic project. It's going to be 40,000 scouts coming to West Virginia in July of 2013. I'm sure you all can say how many days away. 853 days away. So that's going to be 40,000 scouts from all across the country coming here to West Virginia for the 10-day National Scout Jamboree event. So while they're here for those, and of course we're thrilled that West Virginia is a permanent home for these Boy Scouts. While those scouts are here for 10 of those days, 5 of those days are going to be days of service, a way of the scouts giving back, or a love letter to West Virginia, so to speak, of thanking West Virginia, thanking us for being their new neighbors, being their existing neighbors. And they're going to be going into 9 southern West Virginia counties. You probably have seen the project application that's with the program, that any project that you may want to have done, or that you would like to nominate in any of these 9 southern West Virginia counties, Mercer, McDowell, Wyoming, Greenbrier, Summers, Fayette, Nicholas, Monroe, Raleigh, was that 9? Those are the 9 counties that the 40,000 scouts will be going to. That's going to be 8,000 scouts per day, 4 to 5 days, performing over 300,000 hours of community service projects, 20 to 25 projects per day per county, 245 school buses and other type of buses hitting the ground in these 9 counties, performing probably the largest community service project of its kind ever in the history of our country. We have the NCCC. We have the NCCC. We have other corps like the CCC across the country that will be coming in and working alongside with these scouts on projects. It could be, there's 5 different areas that the projects will fall under: green friendly, wellness, construction, demolition, and arts and education. So that's kind of just a little overview of what the day of service is. And I know we've been working with all 9 counties. We have 9 champions. We've got 5 committees per county. I know we've got several champions here. I saw Judy Radford, Raleigh County. If you could stand, Judy. Roy Grimes from Greenbrier County is here. I think Greenbrier County has quite a contingency here today. And we've probably got several other counties, and I know a lot of committee members and partners that are here. So that's our newest partnership. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for working with us, because we cannot do it alone. Okay. As you can see, this is the CEO. I thought he was going to, a lot of times he'll stand in the back when I'm talking. I was like, wrap it up. So I thought that's what he was getting ready to tell me, but actually, great minds think alike, because I was going to recognize our Boy Scouts table that is here. Mike Patrick, who's the Summit General Manager. You all got like long titles. Summit General Manager, Chief Operating Officer. Larry Richard, Director of the Jamboree. Gary Hartley, Director of Community and Government Relations. Steve McGowan, National Council Representative, Buckskin Council. I'm going to talk a little bit more about you in a minute, Steve. But also Dave Copsa, who I feel like is part of the CCC. Dave is Assistant Manager of Programs. We traveled in 1 month over 9 counties, sometimes 1 to 3 times per county, to give these public forums, give an overview of what the Boy Scouts is, what the Summit is, what the Jamboree is, what the Day of Service is. You know, from Richwood to Union to Peterstown to Princeton to Somersville to Welch to Lewisburg. And how many miles did you put on your vehicle in a month? A lot of miles. He had to buy a new vehicle, I do believe. So Dave's been tremendous, and I don't know how he does whatever he does besides working with us, but the Boy Scouts of America has just been super. With that being said, we've got several awards, several letters to present to Dawn, and we're so lucky to have Don. How long have you been in West Virginia now?
4 years, 4.5 years.
4.5 years. It seems like a lot longer as far as everything that Don has done and all that he's accomplished. I remember when we heard about the new superintendent coming, and
You were scared.
anytime you have a change in regime, or even with us doing the type of projects that we do, anytime you have a new commissioner or governor, you do get a little nervous and worried. You hope your projects are okay. So, we've been in the park service for a while. We heard the new superintendent was coming, so of course, Robert's always said, we gotta meet that new superintendent, we gotta find out all we can about him and make sure he knows who we are. So, I couldn't be more pleased, and I don't want to say pleasantly surprised, but there's kind of that stereotype about governmental employees, and maybe the ones we work with, it's not true. But Don is truly someone that's a visionary. He thinks outside the box. I'm sure you had time to read his bio. If you didn't, please do read that. I don't want our accounting department to kill me when I say this, but accounting people kind of a little bit kind of different, and maybe not so much would run and be a CEO of a major park. But looking at your background in the finance and all that you do, Don is second to none, one of the best in the country. We're just really lucky to have him here. Our park service programs have blossomed and flourished. And Don, if he didn't believe in us, then I know we wouldn't be working with the Boy Scouts and doing this community service initiative. I know there's several that have went from park service to Boy Scouts and knew who we were. And I just really appreciate you believing this, because this is going to take us, hopefully to the next level. So, there's a lot of other people who say a lot more things about Don than I can. I'm going to start out by actually reading the letter to Superintendent Stryker from Mr. Martin. And then we're going to present you with your award, and then we have a few other letters, and Steve's going to come up and say a few things about you. Then we're going to let everyone eat. I didn't know if Don was going to make it. I saw his wife Gretchen here, and I said, "Where is Don?" So he's downstairs helping some people outside that slipped on some ice. I said, "Tell him to get up here." So, okay, all jokes aside, on November 30th, 2011, dear Don, congratulations on being named the 2011 recipient of the H.C. Kit Lewis Jr. Leadership Award, presented by the Citizens Conservation Corps of West Virginia. This award was named after a dear friend of mine, Hiram Carson Lewis Jr., a retired businessman and former public official from McDowell County, who has been a staunch supporter of the CCCWV since its infancy days in the early 90s. Mr. Lewis remains actively engaged with the organization and is someone I continue to look to for advice and guidance. Your arrival to West Virginia has clearly and profoundly made a difference and influenced our region positively in numerous ways. The impact you have made in southern West Virginia and with the New River Gorge National River National Park Service is of great magnitude. The CCC is extremely honored and appreciative of the opportunities you have afforded the young men and women we serve and employ through the scenic, historical, and recreational projects made available to us through NPS. Your leadership, energy, and vision are second to none, and you are truly deserving of this award. I know all of the time and effort you've put forth in working with the Boy Scouts of America, and you've been a tremendous asset and representative for the park and our state. Thank you for always supporting the CCC and believing in us. We are truly excited to be a part of the Reaching the Summit vision and spearheading the community service initiative. It is thrilling to think about the types of opportunities and projects that we'll be able to accomplish in the region. Again, congratulations on being chosen for this special award. You clearly deserve the recognition and represent the type of leadership that exudes excitement and greatness. I'm proud to call you my friend and look forward to collaborating and accomplishing even more with you in the future. Thank you for making West Virginia your home and for making it even a greater place to live, work, and play. Sincerely, Robert A. Martin, Chief Executive Officer, Citizens Conservation Corps, West Virginia. Okay, so the next item on the program is to introduce Bobby Lewis, who is also a longtime friend of the CCC's, and he is the son of HC, Kit Lewis Jr. And he's going to also read a letter from Congressman Ray Hall.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm honored to be here today. I have a letter to read from Congressman Ray Hall, who has been very, very supportive of the CCC and about everything you can see in Southern West Virginia. He's had a hand in it. So, Don, I'd just like to read this letter on his behalf. Congratulations on being named the Citizen Conservation Corps of West Virginia as the 2011 recipient of the H.C. Kit Lewis Leadership Award. I am delighted to add my voice to the chorus that is enthusiastically singing your praises today. Don, from the beginning of your tenure as the superintendent of the New River Gorge National River, I expected you to make a positive and lasting contribution to West Virginia. This award you receive today is proof that my expectations were well-founded. Your contagious enthusiasm and your can-do spirit have added luster to the gorge, a gem in the crown of the National Park System, and helped ensure that the entire region benefits to the fullest from the possibilities and promise of the natural amenities we are so proud and fortunate to possess. One is only to consider the immense opportunities expected to emerge in tandem with the presence of the Boy Scouts of America to comprehend the value of your contributions. We thank you for all your efforts to help attract Boy Scouts and their brand new facility to our area. I am pleased that the beneficiaries of your foresight and leadership have included the Citizens Conservation Corps. The CCC has a long, proud history of natural resource conservation and providing employment and personal growth opportunities to young West Virginians. Your solid support of those efforts is truly worthy of this recognition. A recognition, I must note, that is all the more valuable because it's named for one of West Virginia's most loyal and accomplished sons, and a good friend of mine, IMC Kit Lewis Jr. You can be proud of your association through this award to Kit and to previous beneficiaries who have distinguished themselves through their service to West Virginia and the CCC. Again, Don, I congratulate you for being selected to receive the Kit Lewis Leadership Award, and I join in thanking you for your contributions to West Virginia. With warm regards, I am sincerely Nick Grayhall.
And Mike Patrick, if you could come up and read the letter from Senator Manchin, please.
Let me first correct a misstatement that I made earlier. It's not 853 days till the Jamboree, it's 583 days. Everybody, they felt like they had more breathing room here. Well, thank you for the honor and the privilege to read this letter to Don. Greetings from Senator Joe Manchin, United States Senator. On behalf of the citizens of the Mountain State, and as your United States Senator, it is my honor to send my sincere congratulations to Don Stryker for receiving the Citizens Conservation Corps of West Virginia 2011 H.C. Kit Lewis Jr. Leadership Award. Don, I have enjoyed working with you on various projects and recognize your unwavering commitment to this region and our state. You have truly earned this prestigious award. Your passion for the outdoors and appreciation of nature are testaments to wild, wonderful West Virginia. I applaud your ongoing efforts to foster and mentor young men and women and encourage them to respect and explore our wilderness, while also encouraging them to preserve its beauty for future generations to enjoy. In addition, your good work with the Boy Scouts of America does not go unnoticed. I sincerely appreciate all you have done and will continue to do for the New River Gorge National Park Service, this region, the great state of West Virginia. In West Virginia, the spirit of giving lives on through our citizens' commitment to provide a helping hand to their neighbors and to make our state a better place to work, live, and raise a family. Don Stryker truly exhibits this special mountaineer spirit. This is indeed a joyous occasion. I am truly honored to send congratulations to Don Stryker on this special day as colleagues, family, and friends gather to recognize Don, Gretchen, and Don, Gail, and I sincerely send our best wishes for this continued success. With warm regards, Joe Manchin III, United States Senator.
I don't know if this is going to be a roasting or not, but if Steve McGowan could come up and give a few words about Don, and I would be remiss to not say, and I understand Steve's a humble guy, and you hear everyone talk about all the reasons why the Scouts are here, and there's a lot of great people and a lot of great reasons why they're coming to West Virginia, but I've heard the word. Steve is the godfather. And we really have a lot to thank you for in bringing the Scouts to West Virginia. So thank you, Steve.
Well, Don, I think you've become relevant. Those of you who have heard Don speak on many occasions have heard that his goal is to make sure that the National Park Service remains relevant to the youth of our future. About 3 years ago, when we started this journey to try to bring the Boy Scouts to West Virginia, one of the greatest and most wonderful assets we had was the national park in the New River Gorge. And we could not have asked for a greater advocate or someone who could communicate the vision of how the park could make scouting and the Park Service relevant to the youth going forward than Don Stryker. This is a leadership award, and I think it's quite appropriate that Don is being given not a community service award and not a gray hair award, but rather Don's being given a leadership award. What is leadership? We use the term quite freely. If we imagine the vision to the future that is being paved with the National Park Service and the Boy Scouts, we have to think of it as a bridge. We have an iconic bridge here in the New River. But the bridge is only as stable and strong as its foundation. And it is leaders that build those foundations. They build it not so that they can walk across that bridge. They build it so that they can provide the way that others can travel and succeed. Don is a true servant leader. He serves for others. He serves for the purposes of the Park Service. He serves for the purposes of his friends, his families, and most importantly, for the betterment of his community. Had it not been for his infectious spirit, had it not been for his ability to communicate a vision to the Boy Scouts of America, I can assure you this project would not have survived the final cut, because it was the vision of the National Park Service and its ability to partner on an unprecedented scale in the state of West Virginia to bring this project and this opportunity to us. Don, you were one of the pillars that hold up the bridge. And I know that going forward, the bridge will remain sturdy and that millions of youth will walk across that bridge to become better leaders and better citizens themselves because of the foundation that you helped us lay. And I congratulate you on this award, which is very well deserved. It's shining off my head.
I know you guys want to eat.
One more picture, sorry, one more.
That's it. I'm going to charge everything.
Say a few words about it.
Wow, thank you. I guess as a person who was first characterized as a federal employee, I'm pretty lucky that the bar was so low. It makes coming into an area easy. I should probably say just a couple of brief thank yous before I make one or two remarks, because I know that you want to eat. It's easy to be the mouthpiece and the face of a team that's truly great. And it's the people that have been supporting me that really make this possible and make it possible for me to be able to do what I do for the community. And so I'd like to thank my team, the Park Service team, that I'll debate is as good as the CCC team. You know, it's often that I get to be the voice and the face, and sometimes that is not so good. But in cases like this, that's great. And it's really a dynamite team that we have with the National Park Service here. And of course, I'd have to thank my family. The kids aren't here. Two of them are away at college, and Callie, as a 16-year-old female, thinks that there's better things to do in high school than to come to a luncheon and listen to her father talk. And she's heard it all before. But my lovely wife, Gretchen, truly, who said, "I will follow you anywhere except New York City," has enabled us to make our home here in West Virginia. And that's a huge relief for me, and it's a huge piece of the foundation that lets me get out and be part of the community. You know, I guess I probably should thank Alan Taylor and Charlie Houck if he's here, and Paul Hutchinson, and these other guys that grabbed me as soon as I got here and said, "We need you to do this and that and the other thing too," because they're really the folks that got me involved in the community. You know, it's an honor, and I'm really humbled to be receiving this award. Humbled because when I look around this community, I literally see citizen service everywhere. And for me, this is my job. I mean, I'm a civil servant. I take that servant role very seriously. And I have a philosophy that's pretty straightforward. And that is far easier to find common ground with people than it is to disagree with people. And I can never understand why we spend so much of our time and energy focusing on the extreme areas where we disagree. I don't really care who owns the land under the river. I mean, at the end of the day, we can spend a lot of time debating that, or black fly treatment, or what have you. And instead, what this community recognizes and makes so easy is we all have common agendas and common purpose. We all want jobs for our kids. We all want to see our youth have more opportunity than we have. And when we focus around those types of common ground, it's much, much easier to move forward. And this community makes it so easy. Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, I see people who truly put their community before their business, before their disagreements. And I think that's the theme. So I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to say happy holidays. I'm going to let you all leave. But the theme for the day is really, this is an award, I think, for us in our community. Because because it's not about a single person or two pillars talking to me about being one pillar. It's all of us together. We all get it together, and it's nice to occasionally be able to celebrate together and to cheerlead together. We've got a lot of work in front of us, but this is for all of us, I think. And thank you, CCC. You guys are doing great work. I don't know if you heard the secretary announce there's a new commission for a new national CCC that's being charged. You guys are already on the cutting. You guys are on the bleeding edge in so many areas. So I look for your leadership in that too, and we'll be right there at the table. Thank you very much. Enjoy it.
So I'm going to ask Paul Hutchison if he can come up and do the invocation. Before we eat, I've been told that there'll be someone from the staff that'll come to your table to let you know when it's okay to get up and get your food. Real quick, I forgot to recognize Vaughn Salzmore from Beckley and Wyatt, Kevin Robinson from Vic Flanagan's office. They are on my speed dial, and I call at all hours of the night. So thank you guys for what you do.
Well, good noon to you. Shall we pray? Our dear and gracious Heavenly Father, we're gathered today for several reasons, some of which we've already discussed, talked about. To have a noon meal, for fellowship, and for honoring some special people, for goals that they have achieved, and for some they're still supporting in our region. I've been invited here today to give the invitation, and I'm honored to do this as a senior community volunteer, but in particular to mention a dear friend, Don Stryker, and his wife Gretchen, and their family in their prayer for our own Don Stryker. As was mentioned, New York has the Donald, and by golly, we have our Donald also. May you guide him as he continues to provide outstanding leadership and service to the Beckley Boy Scout Reserve in future years. Bless each of our attendees here today, as well as their families, wherever they might be. Please bless the food prepared by the Black Knight staff. This luncheon is always a special holiday occasion made possible by Robert Martin and his leadership teams. We could not end this prayer or this event without thanking you for providing us with another event which happened recently. And this is the purchase of the Black Knight Country Club by the Justice family. Another leader, another leadership. We're still receiving gifts and have this year of 2011 for the strengthening of our community and our region. These things we ask in thy name. Amen.